Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and good evening, everyone. My name is Ramadhani. Want to share with you two topics about technology, and it's about inside the computer and software operating system. So let's go ahead and enjoy my presentation. The first thing is inside of the computer. Uh, the computer itself, it has a lot more parts that we have to know about the components inside the computer itself. So what's inside the computer? There's a system of parts. A computer is a complex system of interconnected parts. Each component has a specific job working together to run for software, process data, and display information. This presentation will demystify what's inside the box or the PC itself. So the first thing is a motherboard or the hub, or we call it the nervous system inside our brain. So it's similar to that, but it's in the processor on the PC itself. So the first thing is a motherboard, and the motherboard is the main circuit board, like the nervous system. It connects all the other components, allowing them to communicate with each other and receive power itself. It's like the glue that holds everything together. So it is like basically the brain system on itself on the nervous system on the motherboard uh, for the computer. So the next slide is the CPU or the brain. As I mentioned before, the central processor is the brain of the computer. It executes instruction and performs all the calculation needed to run to your operating system and program. So it's basically just the brain itself on the computer for the smooth run for the computer itself. Such as we can see here is an Intel Core i9 for the brain computer unit. Also, there's some AMD for the Windows operation and itself, and it has Apple for the Apple called M chip computer. Okay, the next slide is the RAM, or it's called random access memory. Is for the workbench or the desk space. It holds data for programs that are currently running, allowing for fast access. Is volatile, meaning it clears when the computer is turned off. So the RAM means is the workload brains for the computer for running any programs inside the computer itself. The next one is storage, or we call the long-term memory. For the storage is like a SSD or HDD. As you can see here is the SDD plus. It means solid state drive, and the brand is called SanDisk. It is for is fabricated in the United States, I think. It permanently saves your file, application, and operating system. Unlike RAM, is non-volatile, so your data stays safe even when the power is off. So the data itself it's storage inside the storage called SSD or HDD, whatever you call it or you use it. So it's your data is safe even the your computer is off. Okay, this is the comparison about for HDD and SD. So as you can see here, for the hard disk drive, the magnetic spinning disk and the flash memory chips for the different technology in HDD and SSD, it's much more relative different on each one. But for the speed, the SSD much more faster than the HDD. For the cost, SSD is much more expensive because HDD is have much more magnetic spinning disk, so it has lower speed and it's more cheaper than SSD. Next one is durability. The less durable moving part and the SSD is more durable. It's not moving parts, so it's fixed on the computer itself. And the last thing was the noise or the output for the storage. On the HDD or hard disk drive, it's audible spinning, so it's much more noisy sound. So it's much more irritating for a hearing sound. But the SSD one is completely silent, and there is no such any noise that comes out from the SSD itself. Okay, the next one is the GPU or the artist, the visual processor. So it's much more for the video graphic card, especially when you're using any render image, videos, or 3D graphics. So it gotta be used the GPU itself for the running smooth operation system, such as editing, like a video editing, gaming, or the artificial intelligence itself. It's using GPU itself for running smooth program. The next one is the power supply or the PSU, which is basically just the wall outlet to convert much more stable voltage, and all the components part need to operate safely. So it's basically it takes electricity from the wall outlet and convert it into the precise stable voltage that all the other company needs to operate safely, which is the PSU itself. So we have to putting all together. If it has to be a simple flow. So the CPU brain means for the request or open program, and the motherboard hub enroutes the request the correct part, and storage RAM memory finds the data and sends back to the CPU or RAM. GPU artist receive the final data and creates visual for your screen. And you might be wondering what is the software and operating system itself. The software is a collection of the instruction, program, and data that tells a computer what to do. You can't physically touch it. It's the mind of the machine itself, while the physical parts like the screen and keyboard or the mouse or the CPU, are the body for the computer itself or the software itself. Let's go ahead to the first slide. It's the two main types of the software. It's the system software and the application software. The first one is system software. This software runs and manages the computer itself. It works in the background and the foundation for everything else. So it's a system software basically runs computer as a system data that run for the software system. And the next one is application software. This software helps you, the user, perform specific tasks. These are the programs and apps to interact with every day. The next slide is the system software or the foundation itself. The system software manage all the computer hardware and resources. You usually don't interact with this directly, but it makes possible for the computer to run it all. It's the main job to be a platform for other software. So just like the system software has separate hardware and resources. So the next one is the operating system or OS. The operating system is the most important type of the system software. It's the main manager of the computer. So there's a four managed computer itself for the computer operating system. So the first one is managed hardware. It controls the mouse, keyboard, printer, and screens. So it's basically just for the hardware or just like the body of the computer. And the second one is the managed files. It organizes all your data into files and folders. So it's basically a document for the computer itself. And the third one is a managed memory. It gives you working space such as RAM, or SSD to program that are running for the system operating. And the last one is the application. It gives an app space to run on. So it gives a push uh, for the application within operating system for running smooth to run any apps that were being difficult to running for. Okay, so the next slide is a common operating system. The first one is we have already know as a Windows used on personal computers, like basically all the working structure, office, uh, any hospital using Windows for the common operating system. The second one is a Mac OS. It used on Apple Macs computers such as MacBook, iMac for the laptop. And the third one is an Android. It used on many mobiles and phones and tablets, such as Samsung, Xiaomi, or Oppo, such as that. And the last one is iOS, is used on Apple phones and iPad. So it basically just only for the Apple's ecosystem using on iPhone and iPad. The next one is the application software or the tools. These are the apps that use every day to get things done. They run on top of the operating system. Example, when you open the web browser such as Chrome or Firefox, or you want open word processors like a Microsoft Word, or just presentation, or just like Excel using Office Space, it using word processor. And also a game and music player. You used to have to run the app first before you have to run Spotify or gaming app. I think that's all for the presentation, and thank you for your attention. My name is Ramadhani, and I'm from class 15 5C01. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening and good morning, everyone.